What's up YouTube? For tonight's video, we have a full Pokemon stealing team. Alright, this one is for Patreon. If you guys want your theme team done, you can become a Patreon. That's in the description of the video. Alright, this one was for Elder Cleric. I hope you enjoy this one. Now, with this theme, right, it's, I'll just explain the whole thing. So it's not only using moves like Thief, it's like stealing the health of the Pokemon, the item. So basically, just nick as much stuff from the opponent as possible. Guys, leave those theme team suggestions in the comment section below. Give me some fresh, cool ideas in that comment section. Give that like button a little bit of love too. Alright, these battles were done on my chat as usual. That's in the description. Anyone is welcome to come by. This was against Table Jelly on my chat. Okay, so we have a Alolan Raichu lead. It's going to use electric terrain there. And I'm going to set up the Trick Room. Now, with this Ordino set I had on this, I had Trick Room, I had Wish. I didn't have an item. I gave it Covet so I could steal the item of the opponent. This is probably single-handedly the most funniest first turn in a long while. It's going to get a boost from Electric Train. Trick Room's going to make me slower as normal than normal. I'm going to get critted, and the actual Focus Sash is going to save me there. So if I didn't Covet the item, I never would have lived that. So that should have killed me 99.9% of the time. So man, that was so ironic, stealing the exact item that I needed. Alright, so we have a Lola Golem coming here. I'm going to Covet that and get rid of its normal gem, so that tells me it has Explosion, or I guess it has Explosion. It could be any other normal type move, but usually normal gem is associated with Fake Out or Explosion. Okay, so it's going to go for the Earthquake there. That's going to be heaps to take me out there. I'm on one. I'm pretty bulky, but I'm on one health and I got critted, so that one definitely mattered. So my Ordino is down there. I need to get rid of this. Swapping in Cacturne here. This is a Cacturne purely designed for Trick Room. I've got max attack, max special attack on this. I've got Rototilla on this. Now, it's a pretty cool move there. It boosts your attack and special attack at the same time for all grounded grass type Pokemon. Going to Giga Drain that. As I said, I'm a mix set. I've got Giga Drain, I've got Drain Punch. I've also got Foul Play on it too. Okay, so we have a Golisopod coming out here. Obvious first impression is obvious. That was my first impression of this Pokemon coming out. So I'm going to swap the Cacturne out, swapping back into Dedenne here. This is my bulky Dedenne, but it's quite an offensive set too. I've sort of built on my other one there. So this is a Cheek Pouch Dedenne there. I've got Charm on this just to drop their attack. Now, my attacking moves to steal some life away from them is Parabolic Charge. Now, what Parabolic Charge is, it's an electric type move. It's not super duper strong in base power, but you get like half the amount of health back you deal. So I did charge on this as well, so I could charge my special defense, make myself bulkier, and charge the power of the next electric type move, which will be Parabolic Charge there, and get my health back, as well as having Cheek Pouch and the Cheek Pouch. Holy crap, I just butchered that. Cheek Pouch ability with Recycle there. Okay, so Comfy's going to come in. I'm not too comfortable with this matchup. Going to swap out here. I can't even touch this thing at all. It's very, very bulky. Okay, so swapping in Shiinotic. This was a Strength Zap set. I had to use that. I mean, it was like made for this team. So we have a Wrap Comfy here. This is going to wrap me in. I knew as soon as I seen Wrap, it'd be like a Toxic set there. I've also got Toxic on my set there, just in case I came up against some other opposings, just bulky Pokemon like that. So I've got Giga Drain in this. I've also got a Big Root on this, and I've got Leech Seed, so I'm going to sap their health. I'm going to steal their health away with Leech Seed, and I'm going to get like a boost in the amount of health I get back with the Big Root item. Okay, so we have Golisopod coming in here. I've got the Leech Seed up again, which is nice. Okay, this was a max health, max special defense Shiinotic as well, and that's how I like building this, because you can drop their attack with Strength Sap and get health back. It's a very interesting move there. Very niche too. Okay, so bringing in Dedenne here. I know this can't do too much to me. It's going to go for the Metal Claw here. I was like, please don't get an attack boost. It's such a small chance there. And the Leech Seed is going to give me most of that back there and do a little bit more to Golisopod, putting it closer to its ability to get the swap out of the battle. Okay, so going for Charge here. I'm going to go for the Charge and Parabolic Charge. I want to take this thing out. Now it's going to go for the Razor Shell here. Razor Shell is going to do pretty good damage to me there, dropping my defense, which sucks there. I also don't have my berry. I wasn't able to recycle my berry at this point in time. So I thought, bugger it, let's go for Parabolic Charge and see if we can take this thing out. It's fairly bulky here, but I'm actually running Modest Nature on this with max health, so I'm offensive. I'm not like my usual cheek pouch set that I run like ages and ages ago was like max health, and I had like split defenses, so it wasn't really hitting hard. This one is a more like offensive variant. Okay, so we have the Alolan Sand Slash coming in here. Now, there wasn't much I could do to this. I went for Charm. That was the best thing I could do. It's going to go for the Hail to set up the Slush Rush. Not that it wouldn't have any problems outspeeding most of my team there anyway, or I can go for the Blizzard as well if it's a special set. Most of them are the physical set there too. Okay, so I'm going to drop his attack with the Charm there. It's going to still hit really, really hard. As I said, I've only got max health. Dedenne by no means is a bulky Pokemon. It's going to go for the Earthquake there, which is going to be super effective against me, and it's still going to be like loads of damage and take me out there, so that sucks. But I did get the Charm off, so that was what I was kind of aiming for there. Okay, so I have Cacturne here, which has a Focus Sash. So I was like, well, I can go for the Drain Punch here, get all my health back there. Even if I go down to my Sash there, I'm not going to die to the Hail. That was my option there. Anyway, so Icicle Crash does miss there. That definitely would have taken me down to my Sash. However, I would have got like a crap load of health back there with the Drain Punch anyway, and that is Sand Slash down. But yeah, that was definitely a lucky miss there for me. Okay, so I'm in a pretty good position at the moment. We have a Alolan Raichu here, which is still a pain, and we have the Comfey, which is still a pain. I know that it's got, I know that it'll have like a Triage Draining Kiss there, which is going to give it priority. Cacturne isn't super bulky, especially this set. This is a max attack and max special attack mix set here. Brave Nature under Trick Room. Okay, so go for Giga Drain just to get some health back there, to get that toxic damage starting to rack up there. I know that I'm definitely not going to be able to win this matchup there. I don't have like C-Bomb or anything because I'm trying to run with the, I'm trying to run with the theme there. With Foul Play too, I put that on there so I could steal their attack stat. So I thought that was a good one. There was so many variations I could use, but just remember I only had 6 Pokemon to work with, and I only had so many move slots on them too. Okay, so swapping back in Shiinotic here. Obviously the Drain Punch is going to come. Drain Punch, Drain Kiss. Is going to come. Drain Punch is going to come there and restore the Comfey self. Now the problem here was I wasn't sure if it was like packing anything to get rid of the poison. I don't know if it had like aromatherapy or anything like that. At this stage, it really wasn't looking like it did. Okay, so Drampa's going to swap in here. This thing was a big pain there too. I was hoping that it wouldn't be one of those crazy like sap sipper sets, which it wasn't. That's going to obviously be Berserk. Now, the good thing about getting that Leech Seed up right, if the Drampa was, to go past its half health, that Berserk would not activate because, it needs to be damage past half health for that Berserk to activate. All right, so it's going to be a Berserk set there, Berserk Echoed Voice set, which is, really scary. I've done that one myself. So I've got the Toxic and the Elite Sheet up there, which is really good. Trying to drop that Drampa below half health there, so it won't get its, I won't really attack it much either there. Plus, I wanted to keep Shiinotic alive for later on in the game too. I needed it for that Alolan Raichu. That was a worry. That was probably my biggest worry. Okay, so I got 4 Pokemon remaining here. With this, I thought, well, Cacturne is probably the most expendable Pokemon now because it's slow, it's lost most of its health, so I can easily swap it in there. It's done a really good job early on in the battle, getting rid of the Alola Golem there and the Sandshrew, so it's definitely done its weight in work in this battle. Okay, so I got the Toxic is racking up. The next turn is going to go below half health, so it won't get that Berserk boost here. Now, this is my Smeargle set. Smeargle is such a versatile Pokemon. I always love using it on these teams because you can do so many things with it. Okay, so going for the Tail Glow here. I've got a Focus Sash on this too. Obviously, I'm going to get taken down to my Focus Sash because Echoed Voice is like a really powerful now. You can use it in conjunction there. It gets very powerful. Obviously, if other Pokemon use it as well, you can just swap in and start using it. Pretty cool move. Okay, anyway, so I'm going to get some health back from the Leech Seed there. Obviously, as you can see, Drampa doesn't get its Berserk ability. Now, I've got the Tailwind up. I can go for Oblivion Wing because I want to steal their health. Hype, look at this. Okay, so the Drampa's going to go down to the Oblivion Wing Smeargle. Said no one ever. Also on this set, I had Conversion too to convert myself into a Flying type to get Stab on that. Man, that was funny. I had some really funny battles with that. Guys, make sure you stick around for all 3 of these battles. They're absolutely incredible and amazing battle strategies and just lots of fun. Okay, so with the Alolan Raichu coming in there, it's going to take me out with a Psyshock. Not much I could do there. Okay, so the only Pokemon I could really swap into this was my Shiinotic. I had to get a Toxic off on this thing, or I had to go for the Giga Drain. That was my thing. I thought, no, I'm going to go for the Giga Drain because I know that I'm going to take, loads of damage from this, but I need that recovery, like, straight away there. So Giga Drain does pretty good damage there. I'm going to recover that health, which is nice there. Now, obviously, I'm special defensive, so I know I'm going to take the special hits really, really well. So, obviously, that Psyshock is hitting me a lot harder than I want. Just tanked it on 1 health. Woo! That was really close. And the Raichu is going to go down there. That invisible focus sash, ladies and gentlemen, that was hype. Okay, so the last Pokemon is the Comfy. Now, this was the problem. So we had the Comfy there. I knew that's going to have a Draining Kiss. It's going to be able to take me out. That's cool. As I said, it was yet to be determined whether it could heal its Toxic or not. At this point in the game, I was quite positive that it couldn't. Okay, so Shiinotic's down. The last Pokemon I've got, this was going to be rather a bit of a challenge here. So I've got my Ninjask. Now, Ninjask isn't the bulkiest Pokemon in the world. However, I ran a pretty cool set on this. Now, I did get a sweep on this set. If you guys want me to put that up, let me know in the comment section. This was a substitute Sword Dance Lunge set. So Lunge steals their health. Since it's not Lunge, what am I talking about? Leech Life. Rip. So Leech Life steals the opponent's health. It's also got a buff in power this gen, so I thought it'd be really nice to use on Ninjas. I've also got Leechy Bear on this in case I wasn't able to get a Sword Dance up. I can just sub down to my Leechy Bear and go from there. I've also got Thief on this too, so I can eat my berry, thief an item, and become K. So this was a bit of a battle here, trying to get my attack high enough, subbing down, finally doing enough damage to the Comfy there, and finishing off with my Ninjas. Here. The problem was the Draining Kiss there was obviously priority, even though I'm very, very quick. But it wasn't doing a lot because I was actually running max health on this Ninjask because I already have really good speed and I've got a speed boost there to make up for those two things. So I had Adamant Nature on this, and as you can see, that Leech Life is doing a lot of damage even though it resisted. With a +3 and attack 2, very much helped there. And that was the game. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. I was happy. I got to try out like most of my Pokemon on that team. That was really good. All right, so the second battle we have was against Seaweed on my chat, using the same team here. Now I've got a very, very good battle at the end too. I had 3 really, really good battles. I'm almost had to toss a coin which ones to put up in this video. So guys, make sure you stick around for the entire video. I promise you'll get some good entertainment and maybe learn a couple of things too about some moves you never see. All right, so we have I tried to go for the Smeagol lead there, but it's going to fail. Burnett, obviously, that's a terrible matchup with his ability. Now, it's funny, the Burnett actually uses Snatch there. Now, Snatch is also a move I used on my Ordino there to try and Snatch sets. I wasn't able to use it to its full extent in these videos, but I did get a couple of funny snatches there in some of the other battles that I did. Okay, so we have our Delphox here, which is an instant threat here. Heatwave doing a lot of damage to me there. I got the Leech Seed up, which is nice. So really the only one that could swap into this was my Ordino. And I thought it'd be a good swap into in case it was using the Magician ability. So it wouldn't be able to steal any items because I don't have an item to steal. So I thought that'd be pretty cool if it was running that. Okay, so I got the Toxic and the Leech Seed is going there nicely. Swapping Shiinotic out because, it's very handy later on in the game. I could definitely use that again. All right, so also wanted to get the Trick Room up so this thing can't be so sweeping through my team. All right, so it does close to half damage there. I've got the Leech Seed up, which is good. So that's going to enable me to definitely live another hit there if that was min damage. The only thing I was probably worried about was a crit. Okay, so but the damage is really, it's really good there on the Toxic. Now, the Delphox is going to go for the Solar Beam here with the Power Herb. So a lot of the time I see this, people just burn up their Power Herb to, steal an item with Magician there. But I'm using the stealing team at the moment, so I don't get my items stolen, and I'm going to set up the Trick Room there. Now I can finish off the Delphox here with Covet. The funny thing is though, it doesn't have an item to steal, but it still is Stab. Now this Ordino was max health, max attack, so with Adamant Nature, so I was a little bit less bulk for more power in Covet. Now what Covet does, if you don't hold an item, it will steal the opposing opponent's item if it can be stolen. If it's an item that can be stolen, like you can't steal like Z crystals and things like that, Mega Stones, etc., or items that have already been consumed, those sort of things. All right, so we have the Glameow coming in here. It's going to use the Fake Out there. It's not going to be able to take me out there, but that's cool. I actually wanted to get some damage on it, use Covet again. Okay, so this is quite funny. Muck's going to come in. I'm going to go for the Covet here, and since Muck has Sticky Hold, you know, my it actually failed there, which sucked. It was quite funny there. So going for another Covet. That's the only thing I can really do here, considering that was the most. I thought that would be the most appropriate move to use with this team. Now Muck's going to go for the Poison Jab and take out my Ordino there. So this team was heavily countered by poison types. They were a big problem. You know, using the moves that I use, you know, and the Pokemon and types that I was choosing too. That were a very, very big problem. Anyway, so swapping in Smeargle here. I needed to get the sweep going, people. Muck is asleep there. Now I can freely go for a Tail Glow here, which is going to drastically boost my special attack. So I only needed 2 of them to make me max, or get that conversion off there. I really decided to go for the Tail Glow first because I needed the power in case I wasn't able to get conversion off. And, you know, a Pokemon could easily come in there and take me out. Instead of going for a Tail Glow, I wanted to go for the conversion. I wanted to get into that flying type there. Now, Banette is going to trick me an item there. It's quite funny because this Pokemon has used two moves that would be appropriate on my team too. So Banette basically tricks me an Onix, so I'm slow as hell now. It's going to use the Dazzling Gleam against me there. Going for the Oblivion Wing here, which looks incredible. Unfortunately there, the Banette doesn't go down. Not that it mattered because it would have stolen my Focus Sash, which is quite a... you know, a similar moment what happened in that earlier battle. All right, that was a special Banette, by the way, there too. Okay, so we have the Plusle coming out here. Now, Oblivion Wing, even at +3 there, Smeargle's absolutely dodgy special attack. It's not going to do too much. Obviously, it's not very effective. Any electric type move is going to absolutely Shrek me here. The Plusle is going to go for the Nasty Plot there, boosting its special attack. I've got to get rid of this thing. There's no point in me swapping out here. I'm holding an Onix, so I'm slow. I'm not going to be able to set up the Tail Glows again there easily. So this was my best bet, just to go for as much damage as possible. Maybe hope for a crit. Okay, so the Thunderbolt's easily going to take me out there. Wouldn't have even needed a Nasty Plot. That is Smeargle down. Okay, so we have Ninjask here. Probably the only Pokemon that I can use to get around this. Here I go for the Substitute. I was hoping that I would outspeed there. Obviously, I'm not running any speed. Remember that. Now the Plusle is going to go for the Thunderbolt. I always get those ones mixed up, and that's going to break my sub. Here I thought I could risk subbing down into my Leechy Berry, but I thought, no, I'm just going to go for Leech Life, finish this thing off. So I might get the opportunity later on, and that'll give me some more health to work with later. I might be able to get, you know, another Substitute up or something like that. Could be a lot more handy. So Plusle's down there. I've stopped that dead in its tracks. Now this was probably the longest part and saltiest part of the battle is coming up. I was very salty. Anyway, we'll get to it. So the Clammeow is going to use the... it's going to spank my Ninjask there, and it's not going to do too much damage there. As I said, I'm running the max health on it, which makes it a lot more bulkier than usual. I'd say it's going to have Last Resort too. I've seen a lot of fake out Last Resort users there. Didn't have any real ghost types to wall that either. Okay, so we have a Gastrodon coming in here. I knew this would be interesting here. So I used this Sword Dance, so I thought this would be a really good opportunity to try and, you know, sweep the rest of the team. However, it's going to have Acid Armor, which is going to counter my boost. So basically here, I'm going for the lunge there. I can see it's a 3-hit KO, so the you know, the Gastrodon would have to keep using Recover eventually. You know, it wouldn't be able to keep attacking me, so I thought this would be, you know, this would be a good opportunity to sweep the rest of the team. The only real problem would be if we had, like, it froze me or something with Ice Beam, like one of those sort of things. So here we basically got a, they got 3 Acid Armors up, I got 3 Sword Dance up, so we're really just back to square one from the start there. Okay, so the Gastrodon is going to use Scald there. It's going to break my sub, obviously, there. Now, here I was in range to take it out with 2 Leech Lives. As you can see, that is a lot of damage there. Now the Gastrodon's going to use Scald there, and they get the lucky 30% chance burn there, and that would have been Gastrodon down, and the rest of the team would have got easily swept there. But I'm going to be salty and get burned, so the Gastrodon's going to be able to recover there and get all its health back, and there's absolutely nothing I can do there. I'm burnt, and it's dead in the water because the Gastrodon is, like, you know, it's got plus in defenses, and I'm burned, which my attack is halved. So there's nothing I could do there. I had to get around this Gastrodon another way. I did have a Pokemon backup ready for that anyway, but I didn't think I'd really need it after getting like 3 Sword Dance up, but that's a lady luck for you. So bringing in Cacturne here, I'm going to go for the Giga Drain here, and yeah, it somehow lives on 1 health. What the fuck? So I got trolled by this thing so much. It's going to go for the Bulldoze here. It's a mixed attacking set there. I was a little bit worried about Ice Beam. That would have sucked. Skull doesn't affect it because obviously of my ability. Obviously, it didn't have that, so it's going to go for Bulldoze. That's that's the only move it can really use against me, so that's fine. My Cacturne is really already slow in IVs and EVs anyway, so that's cool. Getting rid of the Gastrodon there finally with the Giga Drain. Now, I've been trolled by like Gastrodon a few times lately. Okay, so we've got a couple of Pokemon left. We've got the Muck still and the Glameow. So Glameow is obviously going to come in and use the Fake Out. I don't want to burn off Cacturne now because it does have Drain Punch, which could be handy later on. So I bring in the Dedenne here, the last Pokemon that I haven't revealed. I've already explained this set quite thoroughly already. So here I thought, well, I can easily get up a charge here and go for the Parabolic Charge. That could be a good play there. Or I could just go for a Charm on this thing. Decided to go for Charm because in case it went for Last Resort, that wouldn't have been, that definitely wouldn't have tickled for sure. Okay, so going for the charge here now. I want to charge up, the Parabolic Charge. I want to get rid of this Banette here because it's annoying. I know that it's got Trick as well. I don't want to get rid of my Berry and get given like a Focus Sash because that'll be pretty useless. All right, so this was salty, right? This was another really salty part. So Muck's asleep, right? It's only been asleep for one turn. I'm going to charge up, Rare. That's cool. Got my Special Defense boost. Got my next boost on Parabolic Charge on Modest Nature. Going for the Parabolic Charge here. So I was like, cool, Muck's going to go down. I'm going to get some nice health back. And it lives on like 1 health again. What the hell, though? Seriously, that's twice in a row. And it's going to wake up. And it's going to jab me with its sloppy fingers. And I'm going to go down in one shot there. And yeah, I was like, it just went from 0 to 100 salt there. So bringing in Shiinotic, I was hoping that I could outspeed, but that's not going to be the case, and it's going to be able to take me out with the Poison Jab there too. For fuck's sake, and that's my Shiinotic down. The last Pokemon I've got left is my Trick Room Cactuar, which is slow. I'm like, oh no, this can't be. I just went for the whatever move there, but the Muck is going to go for the Explosion. That's easily going to take me out. Oh, man. That's got the normal gem too. Not that that would have really mattered there. Cacturne is down. And the Glameow is going to be the last Pokemon remaining. Fuck you, Muck. And that is game. Hope you guys enjoyed these battles. They were really fun. And, yeah, I'm not salty at all after that battle.